trainers, I'm Tids, and today we're going to be going through the movesets of another Pokemon that has been datamined, and that Pokemon is another attacker, and that Pokemon is Delphox. So El Chico Eevee has posted the description of Delphox moves. We're going to be going through them. For the question of the day, what moveset do you think you'll be choosing? I'd love to know in the comments down below. I'm so excited for Delphox. I cannot wait for Delphox release. Feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified for more data mines and updates just like this one. Okay, so the first one we have is Blaze. When the Pokemon uses a move while at low remaining health, it deals additional damage with a fireball to opposing Pokemon. This ability goes on cooldown after it's triggered. I think this move is the passive, I'm guessing, which is really interesting because it deals additional damage with a fireball to enemy Pokemon when you use a move and you're at low health. So you do additional damage with a fireball. So I'm wondering, so this passive just basically shoots a projectile? That's really interesting. The next move we have is Ember. So Ember, I think, is one of its starting moves. Has the user shoot a small flame in front of itself, dealing damage to enemy Pokemon it hits. So a pretty standard fire move. From there, you can upgrade your move into either Fire Blast, which is a move that has the user launch intense or consuming fire in a forward direction, dealing damage to enemy Pokemon it hits. As the fire travels, it leaves behind a zone of flames in which a delayed explosion will occur, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. Upgrade, it deals increased damage. So that's really interesting. So Fire Blast, you could also use it as a move to zone enemies out, I guess, because it leaves a trail and it's going to damage enemies. Maybe they'll be like, I don't want to go through that, I don't want anything to do with that, and maybe they'll wait. But it depends on how much damage this is as well. But that looks really interesting. It looks super scary in the image that we have here as well, so I'm very excited to see how this is going to work. But it is a very big projectile. It looks like it covers like a wide radius. The other move is Mystical Fire. Has the user unleash a special hot ball of fire in a forward direction. If it hits an enemy Pokemon, the fire will explode, dealing damage to enemy Pokemon in the area of effect. Upgraded, it also reduces cooldowns of all moves if this hits. If it hits a Pokemon from the enemy team, the cooldowns are reduced even further. Wait, so it says also reduces the cooldowns of all moves if this move hits. So it also works on wild Pokemon, I guess? But if it hits an enemy Pokemon, like not a wild Pokemon, then the cooldowns are reduced even further. So you can reduce the cooldown of your moves as long as you just hit something. Wait, that's so interesting. It looks like it has a pretty long projectile as well, as you can see here. So that's a 4.5 second cooldown, so it's not a very long cooldown, which is very interesting. Fire Blast has a 6 second cooldown, so that also is pretty short. I'm wondering how long the other cooldowns are, but that is really cool. I don't know what it is, but I'm just a sucker for like cooldown reduction moves because I can spam more. These all look like wide projectiles. Like that looks like it's pretty easy to hit. It's like this, it's like bigger than the size of Delphox itself. Crazy. The second starting move we have is Willow Wisp. Has the user conjure up 3 sinister flames and launch them towards the designated area. These flames then explode, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon hit by the explosion and decreasing their movement speed for a short time. So it has some crowd control in it, and it also explodes, so that's really interesting as well. I wonder how much damage that's going to do. It seems like you can then upgrade this move into Fire Spin. Has a user create a vortex of fire in the designated area. The vortex automatically moves towards the nearest opposing Pokemon, dealing damage over time to all opposing Pokemon caught in the area of effect for a short time and decreasing their movement speed. After a set amount of time passes or an opposing Pokemon is caught in the center of the vortex, the flames increase in intensity. This increases the rate of which the flames deal damage over time, and it also leaves the opposing Pokemon unable to act for a short time. And when you upgrade this, increases the damage this move deals to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect when its flames have intensified. So we can see here that we see the big vortex. It automatically moves forward. I had moves like this in other MOBAs I've played, and they usually move pretty slow. So I'm wondering how fast this is going to move, and it deals damage over time, so Pokemon just have to make sure they're not staying in it. But it does decrease their movement speed. I could imagine this move doing a ton of damage if you can keep them in there. I don't know. I have a feeling. I just have a feeling. Maybe it would be good with like some good crowd control allies. Like allies with like high crowd control. The next one we have is Flame Charge. Has a user charge forward in the designated direction. If there are any opposing Pokemon in range when the charge ends, the user summons 3 flames to attack. The flames deal damage and decrease opposing Pokemon's movement speed for a short time. This move can be used while also using Fire Blast or Mystical Fire. Upgrade increases the user's movement speed for a short time when this move is used. So what I'm understanding is you charge forward like a dash or something, but it only summons the 3 flames to attack if the Pokemon are in range when the charge ends. So you gotta make sure they're in range. That's really interesting. This can also be used while using Fire Blast or Mystical Fire. So you can use it at the same time. These cooldowns as well. So we have Fire Spin with 8-second cooldown and Flame Charge with 5 seconds cooldown, and Mystical Fire reduces the cooldown. So I can imagine Mystical Fire really reducing the cooldown of Flame Charge. Must make it like really quick. But so far this Pokemon seems to have pretty low cooldowns, apart from like Fire Spin being a bit on the higher end. But again, Mystical Fire does reduce the cooldown of the moves, so that is really interesting. I wonder how it works. So it must be like you can use that move while using Fire Blast and while using Mystical Fire. Cool. And lastly, for the Unite move, Fanciful Fireworks deals damage over time to enemy Pokemon in the designated area of effect. Opposing Pokemon that are hit have decreased movement speed and weakened health recovery effects for a short time. Wait, this move has anti-heal, so like this will really counter Pokemon who have like strong heal effects, or Pokemon that are being healed by like Eldegoss or Blissey or something. So that's really cool. So those are the moves for Delphox. It looks like Fire Blast and Mystical Fire will work well with like Flame Charge, since you can use Flame Charge in between them. I'm kind of leaning onto like Flame Charge because I just love mobility in Pokemon, so I probably will lean onto that. Between Mystical Fire and Fire Blast, I think I like both, but Mystical Fire looks really interesting. The range looks really long and I love long range moves, so I'm thinking I'm leaning onto Mystical Fire and Flame Charge, but we'll have to see when the leaked gameplay is out. If El Chico Eevee does get their hands on the leaked gameplay, I will notify you if that happens. Other than that, I am sad that these moves are fire based because Delphox is fire and psychic, and we don't really have any strong psychic abilities here. It would just be so cool to have Delphox with psychic abilities, but we don't have any, and I don't know why, and I want them to do it. But even so, I'm still excited for Delphox. I really cannot wait to have Delphox in the game. I cannot wait to play as its evolutions as well. And I don't know, so far Espeon, like Espeon has just been released, it has been a little bit underwhelming for me personally. I don't find it to be like crazy. I do find it like to be a little bit weak because it's so squishy. I feel like it's a bit squishier for Espeon. So if you want to let me know in the comments down below what you think about Espeon as well, I'd love to read them. But at the moment, after like not a lot of games, maybe like 6 games, I am finding Espeon a little bit underwhelming as a solo queue Pokemon at the moment. But my mind could be changed. Maybe I haven't really tapped into the full potential of Espeon just yet. It does take time to like look into these things, so yeah. Anyways, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Delphox, and if you want Espeon as well, and I'll catch you for the next one. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.